Today I'm going to read you a guide by Derek Rake from ShogunMethod.com. Now, if you're part of the Shogun Method community, you know how shoguns are viciously protective of their knowledge. So, before my fellow Shogun brothers attack me for doing this, I gotta clarify this. Derek Rake has told me it's okay to share this on YouTube. And with Derek's permission, I've edited it somewhat to make it easier for me to read it out. If you want the full, unedited version, you can find it inside the Shogun Method Insider's Guides area. Okay, so let's go. The E Factor. The One Surprising Thing That Arouses Women by Derek Rake. Have you heard of one Theodore Robert Cowell? If you've not, here's an intriguing story about him. Charismatic, articulate, and handsome, Cowell was a natural seducer of women. His modus operandi was simple. He would approach women pretending to ask for help. Once he gained their trust, he'd kidnap, maim, rape, and kill them. That's as fucked up as one can get, right? And yet Cowell is one notch higher in the fucked up department. He didn't stop at kidnap, torture, rape, and murder. After killing a woman, he would cut her up and keep the body parts as a trophy. Sick. When he finally got caught, Cowell confessed to chopping up 30 women in 4 years. The police estimated he killed at least 3x that number. On a psychopathic scale of 1 to 10, this vile motherfucker could have registered an 11. Even his own defense attorney once said, "This man is the very definition of heartless evil." Theodore Robert Cowell was probably the most famous serial killer in modern history, and yet, if you've not heard of him, I don't blame you, because you may know his other name, Ted Bundy. But here's the thing. While Ted Bundy's crimes are well known, there's another side of his story that is not as familiar. When he was behind bars, women from all over the world wrote him letters. His female fans would send him love poems, handmade gifts, and even nude pictures. And that's not all. A few women even proposed to him. In fact, he ended up marrying one of his admirers, all while serving time inside a maximum security facility. Now, here's something even crazier. The women who visited him in prison often bribed the guards so they could have sex with him. Wild, right? For his crimes, Bundy was electrocuted on the electric chair on January 24, 1989, but it didn't end there. After his execution, many women wrote to Bundy's biographer, Anne Rule. They told Rule they fell into depression and had nervous breakdowns when Bundy died. And here's the most surprising thing. Each of them told Rule that they thought they were Bundy's the one true love of his life. They never knew they were one of the hundreds who wrote Bundy letters and sent him gifts. What is it about this rapist cum killer that's so magnetic and captivating to women? Well, guess what? Ted Bundy was not a special case. Instances like this have happened repeatedly throughout history. Psychopaths arouse women. Let's look at another example. Mao Zedong was a dictator who ruled China for 33 years. As he was getting old, he thought he'd regain his vigor by having sex with young women. So, he had set up a special sex room where he'd sleep with peasant girls every night. You'd think that the idea of getting humped by a wrinkly, fat old man would disgust these girls. But no, they were enamored with Mao, and at the thought of having sex with the most powerful man in China. As a result, many of these women get infected with STDs, but here's the kicker, they loved it. As Mao's doctor Li Zisui wrote in The Private Life of Chairman Mao, the disease they contracted was a badge of honor. It was a testimony to their intimate relations with the chairman. Fucking nuts, if you ask me. So here's the question again. What about these psychopaths that women find irresistible? The answer lies in what I call the E factor. It's this character trait that regular guys lack that psychopaths have in truckloads. Every man has some E in them, but not as much as, say, a serial killer or a dictator. The E factor is a subliminal trigger, and so women get attracted even without knowing why. So, what's this E factor? As you'll see, something that's little known in the study of love and attraction. Psychologists know about this, but they are usually reluctant to talk about it. Once you know what it is, you'll understand why the E factor is so touchy. It's a taboo subject that triggers the weak, the sensitive, and the not so intelligent. You're watching this video because you're not one of those people, right? You're one of us, and like me, you want to understand the true nature of humans. You're a strong man, and so nothing can trigger you easily, yes? Now, to show that you're part of our gang, there's one thing I want you to do for me. Below this video is a like button, and I want you to click it. Why? Because by clicking like, you'll help spread our material to men like us who need this knowledge. So, do your part and click like now. I'll wait here. Done? Good job, man. Let's continue. So, what's this E factor? Well, this is what the E stands for. Evil. Women are attracted to evil men. Think about it. What do criminals, serial killers, rapists, and tyrannical dictators have in common? They are all evil men. I mean, of course, women also fall in love with the good guys. Yes, good, wholesome traits like chivalry, warmth, and heroism appeal to women. And yet they can't help but to desire men who are cold, amoral, and sometimes downright violent. Why is this, you think? A few months ago, Derek Rake published Dark Spirituality, and during the reading party, I asked him, why do women desire evil? I recorded his answer on video, but I can't show it outside the Shogun Method community. Still, I transcribed it, and Derek had given me his approval to share it here. So this was Derek's answer. Ask a woman what she wants in a man, and she'll give you a standard, predictable answer. Kindness, empathy, compassion, patience, thoughtfulness, sensitivity, confidence, positivity, sense of humor. That is, of course, the standard answer from the conscious part of her mind. That's what she thinks she wants. And as we know, a woman behaves differently from how she thinks she will behave. Your Shogun Method training prepares you for this. Listen not to what a woman says. Instead, watch what she does. A woman's words are from her conscious mind, her actions from her subconscious, and her subconscious mind is where her true self emerges. Now, back to your question. Why do women desire evil? She tells you she wants a good, wholesome, upright man. But what does her true self truly want? One word: survivability. Remember, the human brain has but one purpose: our collective survival as a species. This sounds weird, and yet it's true. Our brain doesn't care if we are happy, if we are loved, if we get what we want. All it cares about is that we live long enough to pass our genes to birth the next generation of humans. What do you think of Derek's answer? Makes perfect sense, right? But let me ask you this though. How does Derek's theory apply to the female brain? Well, again, it's all about survivability. When women pick sexual partners, they will seek the one with the best odds to survive in this wild, vicious world. To explain this point, let's picture this for a moment. Imagine two men were dropped into the middle of a jungle, Adam and Bob. Adam is gentle, delicate, sensitive, an all-around good guy. Bob is Adam's opposite, cold, hard-boiled, even violent. Here's a question for you. Who do you think has the better chance of surviving the jungle? If you're a woman, who would you count on to fend off the hungry tiger from your child? Bob, right? And guess what? The traits are related to survivability. Savagery, cold-bloodedness, senseless brutality are traits related to evil. This is why women are attracted to evil men. They simply don't have a choice. The nature of the female brain demands it. So, what does this all mean? Do we all need to turn to the dark side to attract women? Do we have to turn evil? That's a tricky question, and again, Derek Rake answered it best. He said, "The key to a man's power is his embrace of the darkness of the masculine persona." Inside Dark Spirituality, he outlined the 5 axioms for the masculine to embrace the darker side of our nature. I won't mention them here because, well, let's just say they're not too safe to be shared on YouTube. The Shogun Method program runs along the same lines. Many complain that it teaches men to do things that are morally unacceptable. I mean, does the idea of emotional enslavement not sound evil to you? But here's the thing. It's all about the true nature of the relationship between man and woman. Shogun Method is evil because women desire evil. And for that reason, Shogun Method is not for everyone. I mean, let's face it, most guys are Adams, and not Bobs. And that's why men fail with women, simply because the female brain will never find Adams attractive. Now, if you're sick of being an atom, then Shogun Method is the way out. It's the passage to the transformation to a Bob, but only for those who have open minds who dare to try something new. Because once you've tasted the power of Shogun Method, you won't turn back. None of us did. So, here's my question for you. Do you have an open mind? Are you willing to try new things that seem weird or unconventional? You don't have to turn evil, but would you dare to find out what Shogun Method is and look at it as any intelligent man would? If you've answered yes, then here's what to do. Sign up for the Shogun Method Masterclass. In it, you'll take that first step in your journey into enlightenment. You'll finally see every aspect of the female psyche, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'll quote Derek Rake again. The key to a man's power is his embrace of the darkness of the masculine persona. The key is now in your hands. Use it to unlock your masculine power. Sign up for the Shogun Method Masterclass. The link is in the video description and the comment section below. Do it.